Hello everybody! In this video I'm going to talk about one of the tips that I give people most frequently and I thought it was worth making a whole video about. It's how I was able to get such a high math score. This tip will help you no matter what math score you start out with, but at least in my opinion, it is going to be your best bet if your starting score is in the 700s, or if your score is currently in the 700s, even the upper 600s for math. Again, it'll help you no matter where you're at, but at least in my opinion, this is the best, if not the only thing that you can do if you're already starting off with a really high score. So I'd really suggest you keep listening so you can hear a little bit more about that trick. So I've told people over and over to drill the problems that you get wrong. And so I'm going to go into a little bit more depth talking about exactly what I mean when I say that. So I literally do mean drill the problems you get wrong. Go back, look at the problems that you got wrong on your practice tests, that you got wrong as you were working through question banks and Khan Academy, that type of thing, and do them over again. Do them until you can get them correct. If you're on a site such as Khan Academy, take a screenshot of the problem that you got wrong instead of just moving on. That's one of the unfortunate things with using online practice resources, is just because you can so easily move on to the next problem and you don't have record of those problems that you got wrong. So instead of just clicking that move on, go ahead and screenshot it so you can see what the answer was, what the problem was, and you can practice it in a couple days. Once you've forgotten the answer, it's a little bit rustier, and see if you can answer it. Additionally, if you're not able to get it either one, immediately after taking your practice test and not looking at the answer, but knowing you got it wrong, just trying to solve it, not looking at the answer beforehand, if you're not able to do that, and you're not able to do the problem 2 weeks afterwards after not having done it, then you should put this problem on a list. That could be like on your phone, it could be on a piece of paper, whatever, but write down where the problem came from. And in the future, whenever you're looking to practice math, pick a couple of problems on that list and keep going back to them and keep solving them. Probably about once a week. The key is over time, you should be able to get all of those problems right. You should continue practicing them, even if you can consistently get them right. And you should be able to get them in less time. And that's one of the harder things. And that's kind of why I said this trick is best and most useful for people who are scoring a little bit higher already, is because it's most useful for the people who are getting those hardest questions on Module 2 wrong. Because oftentimes the reason you're doing that is because you're consistently running out of time on those hard questions. Maybe you do know how to say all of them, maybe you don't, but you're consistently having a hard time with time. And so making sure that as you practice those problems, you can get them all under 2 minutes. And maybe that means you literally sit down with a timer and you press start and you see if you can do it in 2 minutes, and if you don't, you do it again and see if you can do it in 2 minutes that time. Another benefit of working on problems this way, if you're scoring higher, is because it'll help you become more familiar with the types of hardest problems that you'll see consistently over and over again on Module 2. I can tell you from my own personal experience, I really haven't seen very many problems on the actual tests that I haven't seen in the practice tests. So by practicing those problems that you get wrong, those hardest types of problems, you'll be able to get those hardest problems wrong on test day as well. If your starting score is a little bit lower than 700s, which is pretty high to be starting off with, then one thing I'd suggest is using College Board's question bank. One nice thing about the SAT is when you look at your practice test results, at least the Blue Book practice test results, you can see what domains you struggled in the most. You can see, hey, in algebra, I got 4 out of 5 bars, so I'm good there. But in geometry and trigonometry, I only got 2 bars, so I'm weaker. So you can go to College Board's question bank and you can actually request certain types of problems, meaning you can create a filter through all the problems that they have on their practice tests and pick out the specific types of problems that you need to practice. That way you're drilling the problems that you get wrong and not a bunch of algebra, like I just mentioned the example before, that you're consistently getting right and you don't really need to work on. Practice smarter and not harder. Now, I know this strategy can seem a little bit harder. It definitely requires a little bit more manual work. Definitely it requires a little more brain work than just like going into Khan Academy and completing 2 lessons each day or something like that. But that's because you're learning, and it's because you're getting better and you're working through those problems that are harder for you and just don't seem that appealing to work on, because nobody wants to practice on the things that are hard. And so I'm going to encourage you, if this strategy sounds like that to you, then it's really just another reason why you should try employing it. My encouragement to you is try it for 2 or 3 weeks and see if it increases your score, because I'm almost certain that it will help you. Definitely work on drilling those problems that you got wrong. Make lists of the problems that you got wrong. Practice those problems you got wrong. Don't practice the problems you got right. Make sure you know exactly how to solve those problems. In the future, you can get them within the time. That way, you'll be able to handle absolutely anything that comes your way on test day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like and subscribe. This YouTube channel is going to be a part of my college applications and scholarship applications in the fall. I'm a senior this year, and so you can help me get into the colleges of my dreams by engaging with my channel. If you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave those in the comments below. I love to hear from you guys. I like to hear what you appreciated, what you didn't care for so much, and know what would help you in the future. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.